Well, what I think is life is a storm. You know, it's so unpredictable. It's so crazy. Like crazy things can happen. You know, it's like kayaking down a river, right? You're going through the storm of the rapid, and crazy stuff can happen. But that's where you want to be. You want to be out there in the current. You want to be out there in that storm. Otherwise, you're on the side. You're in a little prison sitting there, just living in darkness and, you know, listening to life go by. And then you're old, and then you look back and your life's past. And so living in the storm, even though it's scary and it throws you in all sorts of chaotic directions, I think the dichotomy is that people want to be in that storm. That's where the action is. That's where the excitement is. That's where discovery is. That's where insight is. And so I guess you have a choice to get into the storm or to step out. The world doesn't need more bullshit. You know, we don't need more candy. What we need is more authenticity, you know?
And then I ask people to consider that every organization also has DNA, a set of instructions, a set of rules that tells everybody in that organization what they can and cannot do. I'm asking you to consider that the DNA of organizations lives in the conversations we're having with each other, we're having with our customers, our competitors are having with us, and most importantly, the conversations we're having with ourselves.
It is not a barrier. Don't look at it as a barrier. It's an opportunity to prove yourself. That's why the being short or tall depends on what you think of yourself.
Yes.
No physical anything should deter you from doing what you think you want to do, and you are on this earth to do it. Do it. That's it. Just do it.
I can create, I can invent, I can imagine, and not only that, I can act out of that. The essence of what it is to be a human being is we can create, we can imagine, we can invent. Now there's two futures. Most companies and most people are standing in the present and they're trying to get to the future. If you're standing in the present, you're trying to get to the future, what's between you and that future is effort and struggle. If you look at the companies, all your play bigger companies, all the big accomplishments in the history of humankind, they weren't waiting for the future to happen. They were standing in the future and calling the present to them.
People don't know your story. No matter how much you think people are paying attention, they're really not. So whether you're a company or you're Steel Pulse, you need to remind people of who you actually are.
So I said to myself, how am I going to beat them? I cannot physically do that. I said, by being the best in everything. And to tell you the truth, it was not difficult at all.
My job is to allow people to see that the DNA of organizations lives in conversations. Our definition of cynicism is simply our attempt to avoid a painful feeling of vulnerability. And education is now based on play, real education. And play is the difference between the rules of the game and the freedom to act within those rules.
Was she Batman?
She seriously was Batman.
And you got the entrepreneurial side, right? Bruce Wayne,
totally
millionaire and all that, right? And then you have the run around at night kicking ass part. I mean,
yeah.
Did they build Batman off of your grandma?
My great-grandma.
Your great-grandma, excuse me.
I'm half convinced that they did, because she also, there's like all these legendary stories about this woman, right? They used to say that the men would try to walk close to her because they knew that she would protect them. Every year I would fail the IQ test, literally fail the IQ test. I would not do well in any of the standardized tests. And the teachers would tell my mom that there was no evidence that I was either gifted or talented. Have big dreams, big dreams.